Chat, here we go. It is a rematch of Mawkzy versus Nush, a matchup that has happened not too terribly long ago on my channel, and one that kicked off, or I should say ended, a streak from Nush that was great. Wait, did I say that correctly? He was winning a bunch. He still won. It was unfortunately his last win. Nush, after beating Mawkzy, went up against a few of the top players. Couldn't find another big win, but always has the accolade of the win against Mawkzy to hold to his name. Now, can he defend it here as he gets a rematch against the Frenchman? Mawkzy has actually played 3 matches against Atto as his last 3 matches. Such a quick catch and flick to open the game here, as he has himself the first of what will likely be many goals. And if Nush plays it right, hopefully it won't be many off of his flick, because if you let Mawkzy go to work there, he will find some nasty shots. But you know, it can barely count as letting him go to work. Mawkzy got that so quickly that even if he was turning for an early challenge, it still might not have been early enough. But Nush has always been known to be able to attack through the air, and he is going to do that here early to put himself in a tie game with Mawkzy. Little reset shot. Gonna make it 1-1. Swap overlay. Okay, overlay is wrong. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Now we have everybody on their correct side. Thank you, chat, for always looking out. As Mawkzy now will score for the correct team. Taking this one from his own back wall. Nush watching this replay for whatever reason. I don't know if it was a bit of tilt or readjusting in his chair as he preps for what is going to be a long best of 7. If anybody knows Mawkzy, they know that he wants to play best of 7s whenever possible. It's a great recovery on the save. And Nush, actually great recognition that Mawkzy is going for the demo. He loves to follow up every shot with a demo. And Nush seems acutely aware as he dodged the first one, but could not dodge the second. And now we'll go diving past Mawkzy, who seems to want to stop it right on the goal line for the 3rd goal. Yo, Eros, thank you for the 39-month tier 1. Appreciate you. And Quillia, thank you for the 12-month. Was it tier 1 or is it 12-month? 12-month tier 1. Thank you, thank you. You guys contributing big to our Partner Plus. Those tier 1ers out there. As Mawkzy trying to show what he can do in the air. Always has been capable from there, but primarily beats his top opponents through the ground play. Here, I saw you in marbles for the Simply hat, but I didn't win. I didn't win the Simply hat. How can you guys play marbles so much when you're not guaranteed to win? It's truly sad days. Nush, pre-flip back out to this ball. Mawkzy was hard committing. He did not expect Nush to get there. Mawkzy on 0 boost goes flying past the ball. Because he flipped, his recovery is going to be very much delayed. And Nush not going to have any issues. Another kickoff win for him. Wall to air dribble. This is where he's comfortable. He's got Mawkzy defending off the back wall and hoping for a tough transition to the ground where he could 50 him. Credit to Mawkzy for getting a good enough position. And now popping over the top of Nush. This has been the way that he's scored the majority, if not all of his goals so far. I mean, one of them was a flick to pop it over the top, but he seems to be reading Nush's challenge as well. All he has to do is get it over the top of him at the midfield and walk it into the net. Did Mawkzy just get a little bit caught up going for a bump attempt? That didn't connect, but he does make it back in time. His counterattack is wide, and Nush has the patience not to panic to make the save. He knew Mawkzy was out at the midfield. He could let the ball bounce off the wall. And doing so has allowed him to transition the play here into the orange half. 14 boosts to work with, though, as he tries to milk this possession. There you go, chat. I know you wanted it. Mawkzy's... I guess it wasn't about Mawkzy, but I know you guys were all sitting there waiting. So there you go. Nush. High resets, maybe discouraged from Mawkzy's ceiling challenge, but now will slow play it on the ground and does a good job of reading Mawkzy on the goal line. So that is how it has been for the 8 goals so far. Nush making an outplay, whether through the air or on the ground, right around the nets, in order to beat Mawkzy, and Mawkzy playing in the midfield in order to win his advantages. Kickoff win for Mawkzy to the ceiling. Nush defending high off the backboard and cannot transition low. You'll see, I didn't mean to skip that. I actually meant to switch perspectives, but I'm using the mouse. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me pick back up the controller. Anyways, Nush defending high as opposed to on the side wall. And that makes transitioning down to make saves really tough. Nush being a pest on the goal line, though. He has done that well. He brings the scoreline back to tied. These cars are straight up faster, though. Feer sped up the footage. People say that a lot about the replays that I watch. I don't know if the replays somehow have a bug where they sometimes play at like 1.1 speed or something. I never really notice it, but there must be something there, because even though obviously pros can make the game look like it's running faster, it consistently happens only ever on replay files, whereas I guess someone right now is saying it's happening here in a live show match where obviously it could not be sped up. But maybe it's just the same thing. I mean, I've always thought that it's just people not realizing how fast pros play, and when you watch their gameplay, it looks quicker than you think the game is actually played. But I've seen it so much on just replay files that I've started to maybe believe that there could be some slight bug where they're replaying back the game just a little bit too fast or something. (7-5), the first 2-goal lead, I think, for either one of these players is going to go to Mawkzy as Nush puts a little wall dash to keep momentum here. He tries to find a way to score again on very little boost. He had a reset there? He dashed as he hit the ground, and I'm not sure what he got that reset. Mawkzy slowing the game down on the dribble. Time on his side right now. Plus, when the game is played slow and on the ground, it just favors him whether time is on his side or not. Nush got to back off. Mawkzy's long shot is wide. With 15 seconds left to go, Nush needs to just boom a long shot, and Mawkzy knows it, so he's just buying a couple more seconds, and that's all he needs to, but he actually covers the reset musty as well. And so with 4 seconds left to go, it is going to be a game win for Mawkzy, and it'll be a 2-game win as that one will not roll in time. Game 1 of a best of 7 going to the Frenchman. Game 2. Kickoffs have been fairly equal between these two. If somebody can pull out an edge, that could be the difference, or if either one of them can stop each other's main form of attack, we might see somebody be able to pull away. Nush getting a reset. Super aggressive continued challenge on 6 boost, jumping up for a 50 around the net is so often a death sentence, but if Nush feels really good about the kind of 50 he can get, you can maybe get away with it, and he has gotten away with it. But Mawkzy, another flick to outplay Nush in the midfield. He knows Nush is leaving the play and diving back into it. It's time for Nush to start throwing in a fake challenge here or two if he wants to get Mawkzy to get rid of possession and not find himself staring down a walk-in to the goal every time Mawkzy has control. Nush head to the ceiling. Mawkzy's going to have a bit of a late recovery. Clean catch. Faking the flick. The wave dash into the crossbar. Back down into Nush. So great control from Nush the whole way. Threatening tons of options and never losing control of the ball, even when the wave dash shot doesn't work. He knows his miss will keep the ball near him, and the follow-up dunk ties the game. Fear, you're exposed. We know you just saved 7 replays from ranked. Yeah. Now I realized that as soon as I said that, everyone was going to start thinking that we were watching ranked, watching replays. But the good news is this goal replay that you're watching right now does not ever show up when you're watching replays back, so that's how you can know for sure we are indeed live. Mawkzy, long distance flick. Nush has been able to make saves on those. It's only when he's attempted to challenge in the midfield that he's gotten in trouble, and I love this air roll from Nush. Being able to get so much power just from a spin of the car without a flip. Look at the extra movement on that. We should have watched it from Mawkzy's perspective a little bit, because he's probably around to make that save if Nush does not get such a strong touch. And Drewski, thank you for the tier 1 for 14 months. W Feats. Did you perhaps sub from mobile? Nush. Very close to coming out on top of this long-winded possession here. And Nush is actually just going to put it directly behind Mawkzy, or attempt to put it behind Mawkzy. Mawkzy seemed like he was trying to cover the near post as well. I want to watch it from his POV because I'm sure he felt like he could make that save. Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't use a second jump. Maybe he was trying to specifically save it right into the post. But I think he could have gotten up a bit more. Nush. Another air roll attempted finish to get that ball on target, but Mawkzy is there. And now Mawkzy is diving around the ball in the midfield. Worried about the Nush challenge. We saw Nush hit the musty earlier. Now he's just been using it to fake. Hasn't been able to catch Mawkzy out yet, though. Nush, nice clear. Coming down off the back wall. That can be a dangerous situation, although he followed up way too much. He got the ball out to the midfield line. He needed to give up on it here as it rolled up the side wall. Definitely can't go all the way to ceiling height and not try and make a play on the ball. Letting Mawkzy get the clean touch means it's an easy follow-up. Your phone actually autocorrects from feet to fear due to how often I type it. It's funny. I have seen a few streamer names show up in my autocorrect. I probably just made a bad decision making my name so close to feet, but what can you do? Maybe one day we'll get so big that we'll take over feet SEO as well. Surely that's possible. Nush. Making sure to evade Mawkzy in the back corner into his air dribble. He got the reset almost on the front side of the ball, and this time he uses the musty to score. He's been faking with the last few, but he sends this one soaring past Mawkzy just inside the far post. And Mawkzy, he's around, but it's just too much power. Nush with a 4-3 lead. And a minute 40 left to go. Mirrored wave dash kickoff goes in favor of Nush. Falling from the ceiling. Using that jump before it expires in order to push himself down just a little bit quicker. And now, what I like to call the Diaz dribble. The dribble from the back wall. Diaz farms these all day, and maybe Nush does as well, as he has no trouble getting all the way to the net, starting all the way from the back wall. The front flip using the tail end of his car to slide it over the top of Mawkzy, who is basically just testing him and saying, I'm not jumping. I don't think you can make it this whole way. But Nush, in fact, did. 5-3 in favor of Nush. Again, it's been a very close series. We haven't seen a ton of 2-goal leads. This is maybe Nush's first. Mawkzy ended the last game with a 2-goal lead. Managed to keep it there all the way to 0 seconds. We'll see how Nush plays from in front, because Mawkzy has always been very good at wasting out the time and playing to his advantage. He's going to miss a wall dash on the back wall, though, which is He's going to take a possession that should have been his and give it to Nush. Nush, how is he going to try and score this one? Coming from the wrong side of the ball? Well, he's going to have no trouble at all, apparently, as he pops this ball up over the top of Mawkzy, who did not expect Nush to go for that, and then a turn back on it too. He thought he was going to be quicker. Nush, the expert ball chaser, gets the perfect touch from the wrong side of the ball, or starting from the wrong side of the ball. Now he's got himself a 3-goal lead with 34 seconds. Another kickoff win. Nush, strong first touch to get this to net ASAP. An impossible angle, and indeed it is impossible. He tried to follow it up with the bicycle flip. But Mawkzy able to stop that one. Counterattack denied. Not sure it matters a ton. Don't think Mawkzy could get 3 in such little time. But Nush is going to make sure he keeps his 3-goal win. Little pogo shot. Love it for the fans. Nush back the other way. Mawkzy on absolutely 0 boost. Doesn't seem interested in picking up any pads. I think he knows the game is over, but he allows Nush to get one last nice clip. Mawkzy, ooh, I was going to say Mawkzy's about to get to shoot against no defender. Hey, credit to Mawkzy for getting back down, because Nush was going to be completely out of the play, but he got bumped. And after getting bumped, heads to the ceiling, jumps off, and gets underneath the ball to make sure it doesn't hit the ground so he can score on 0 seconds. But this, of course, all just for fun. As the scoreline ends 7-4, and Nush ties the series 1-1. Oh, you're not live on YouTube right now. I'm only going to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time when I'm not doing show matches. Show matches are for members only on YouTube if you want to watch them live. But this one will be up very soon, so. Game number 3. Nush and Mawkzy. Looking like we might be in for a classic here, as these two seem just about perfectly matched so far. The London Major is over. Nush, that was the most telegraphed challenge I think I've seen. Unless Mawkzy, or unless Nush was hoping that Mawkzy thought he was going to wave dash backwards. I mean, that's a very fast turnaround. I'll give Nush that credit. But it seems quite obvious that he might try and challenge after the huge single jump into wave dash. And Mawkzy seemed to have it read as well. But the London Major is completed. Worlds is now, you know, in an entire season's time. And in between that, we're actually going to have the Esports World Cup. Did you guys see? The Esports World Cup is apparently 2 teams from each region. I can't remember where I saw that. But 2 teams from each region. Which is to say, 2 European teams and 2 North American teams. Which is too bad. Because for those of us who really want to see everybody grind hard in ones, it sounds like there's maybe going to be 2 invited teams. Does anybody know? Is it going to be qualifications for those 2 spots? Because if so, that would maybe be nice. Maybe there'd be more people grinding ones in preparation. But assuming they just give it to like G2 and Gen G, for example, because those are obviously the teams they want there, then I could see there not being a qualifying tournament at all. 2 France teams final. Yeah, I mean, which 2 teams do they give it to? Of the 4 French teams, unless they're going to have a qualifier, which maybe they will. Mawkzy's going to slam in an own goal as Nush won the kickoff strong enough that he felt he had no choice. Abject can't participate with Gen G. Yeah, this Esports World Cup thing, it doesn't have anything to actually do with nationalities, I don't think. Does it? But there's also, some people are talking about in the chat, like a FIFA E. What's it called? I just know it's FIFA E is like their organization. But there's an actual World Cup type tournament where players are going to be playing alongside their nation. That one, I think everyone is really excited for. But they have not given like any other information. I don't even know when it is. So if I was trying to plan, you know, who knows, maybe some kind of ones event, because we know I like to do that. I need to know when all the pros are going to be playing their national events so that I can plan around it. But I don't think they've said anything about the dates. But that's going to be very cool. That happened once before, right? And the U.S. won it a long time ago. Who held that tournament? Was it just a Johnny tournament? It was back when Kronovi was representing the U.S. And I forget who the rest of his team was. But I think Kronovi and 2 other Americans won it. Was it just the Johnny tournament? No, I mean, Johnny tournaments are great, and they're the biggest community tournaments there are. But I'm saying, like, an esports World Cup or like a DreamHack is obviously, you know, some kind of much bigger event than, you know, just an online tournament ran by one person. Or, for example, like the Intel 2v2. Wasn't it Intel or something? Wasn't there a World Cup 2v2? That was held by some big organization. Just an online tournament. Guys, stop. Mawkzy gonna get a 3rd goal here. This continues to be a sweaty matchup between these two. Nush on the reset goes for the 50 and wins it, but Mawkzy neutralizes back with a ton of consecutive bumps. Now how long will Nush stick around? Ooh, great save there from Nush. Felt like he stayed a moment too long, but just barely able to throw off the counterattack of Mawkzy, and now he's got an air dribble of his own off the side wall. He's looking for the near post, or sorry, the far post. That's exactly where he gets it to. And he never really faked anything else this whole air dribble. He just attacked it straight on. But Mawkzy rotating around, using the wall dashes to try and gain speed also means he is not taking the shortest path to that far post and ends up not being able to beat Nush to it. Now Nush going to be up 5-3. By the way, Nush, Dr. Known, and Ops, the team that we followed a bunch, aka Team Rock, is now no longer Team Rock. I wonder what their name is. In the meantime, I saw a tweet. Okay, Mawkzy getting a little toxic here as he throws a nice shot at Nush as Nush tries to dive on the ball. Mawkzy just low 50s it and throws the toxic nice shot. Intel did a World Cup that was supposed to be held during 2020 Olympics, but COVID. It was just a regional online and 3v3. Oh yeah, I do remember that. How many things has COVID taken from us? They've also taken a Rizzo championship from us, right? Am I right, chat? Guaranteed. Mawkzy's shot save, a crucial one at that. He's going to drop a thanks and a close one after denying Mawkzy on the goal line and then quickly counterattacking. Great landing in the net. Last bit of boost gives him the long shot and a 2-goal lead with 47 seconds. He's ready to smack talk, and he watched every last second of that replay. He's going to slightly delay this kickoff. He doesn't want Mawkzy to get into any shenanigans. He'd rather be the one to do so. And he's actually won it, although he's just put the ball directly into Mawkzy's early challenge. A couple different camera checks. I don't know if Mawkzy's actually checking for Nush. I think he probably knows he's already beat him with how high he is in the air. Maybe just a little bit of celebration toggling. Yeah, Rock was an org, but their contract ended. And so they're looking for another org as far as the tweet that I read today. And I just realized I don't remember them saying maybe what their team name is now in the meantime. Mawkzy, 20 seconds of possession to end the game. He wants to get a cut to outplay Nush at the midfield, something he's done many times. But it's not going to be easy as he had lost the dribble. And now he's trying to make something happen on pads. While Nush has a lot more. Nush is going to bump Mawkzy because he knows that wins him the game. And you can see the frustration from Mawkzy, who wasn't even moving after he got bumped. Did not try and get back. Nush is going to apologize for his 2-1 lead in the series, as he will also spray boost at Mawkzy. But it's a long one, and it's the kind of series Mawkzy likes. Game number 4. The match has indeed gotten slightly more toxic than your casual match that has no chats the whole time normally. It all started with Mawkzy dropping a nice shot after Nush had a poor challenge. And now the quick chats are fully petty and coming out at every possible moment. Mawkzy's certainly going to hit him back. Nush hit him with a close one, and moments later Mawkzy scores. So obviously he's going to be spamming. And he goes for the quintuple take the shot, which is... Okay, never mind. It's not just 5 or 6. It's infinite. Yo, Polis Filia, thank you for the tier 1 for 6 months. As Nush, oh, look at the placement here. He's going to drop a nice one and a great pass. I don't know where a great pass came from. It was just a kickoff win. But look at the front flip to the opposite side of the ball. Gets the touch to put it back on the post. And of course, it's perfectly posted in the way Nush has been playing in the air. Sapphire Plays, thank you for the new tier 1. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I'll make sure I don't miss it. Nush, oh wow, he knew the bump was coming, but he actually ended up not dodging it. Fortunately for him, Mawkzy had lost Supersonic, so it wasn't a demo. Mawkzy couldn't get this dribble controlled quick enough to outplay Nush. As Nush will now back off. Needs to be careful in the way he challenges. Needs to throw a couple more fake challenges in. Like this one right here. Might be enough. As he forces that heavy flick from Mawkzy. And the follow-up is saved to the backboard, but it does not end Moxie's possession. Little wall dash chain to see if he can get a demo. Doesn't connect. And now it's Mawkzy in the ball carry. He is the most dangerous player in this position, and he is going to launch some take the shots at him. Which, to be fair, I don't really get. I feel like take the shot is only really toxic when you're playing twos and you're yelling at your teammate. But it doesn't matter. No matter what quick chat he picks, the point is heard, I'm sure. Mawkzy back to his flick game. Nush knows that he cannot allow Mawkzy this position too many times in a row. And that's probably the reason why he has been diving on challenges to start the game. Just left and right, trying to take the ball off the top of his car. That was getting punished as well. And so I think what Nush will have to do is he'll have to somehow reduce the amount of times that he leaves the play. Because right now, he's leaving the play, trying to get back to it. We have seen players stick on the ball forever as Nush gets another full field dribble and apologizes profusely. He didn't mean to. He's very sorry that he had to score on him the length of the field. And he's going to drop a wow as well. I watched that one, but Nush made sure to watch it as well, just in case I was going to skip it. Well, that's because the French quick chat can also mean take it, or kind of like take that, is how I'm thinking. Or I guess take it would be a little bit more toxic. Take that would make you sound like you're like in the Power Rangers or something. Take that! Nush trying to get underneath this ball. Cannot collect the dribble. 18 boost. He knows he has to turn on this play to buy himself a bit of space. And now he needs to not let Mawkzy transition to the ground, which he does, but very late. I don't think he needed to waste so much boost. He left the play, had to use a ton of it to get back. Nush, you own the air. Why let Mawkzy get to the ground like this? Mawkzy going for the low 50 scores, dropping the great pass from Nush. Nush forced out of the play again. Mawkzy back to his game, although this time he gets denied and is a little bit too casual as he waits to jump up for this ball. Allows Nush to land and get back up quicker. Mawkzy feeling pressured by Nush at the midfield after the boost grab. Goes up to play the ball away. Gets a very awkward touch, allowing Nush a possession. But he did grab the boost, which means Nush had to start this all on 0, but he gets his opportunity and he just... Oh no, I thought he missed. I was going to say he just barely missed because I thought it was posting out. But no, of course, it's posting in. Never should have doubted Nush in the first place. As Mawkzy finds himself deep in the corner while Nush shoots at an open net. Mawkzy, little camera check. He wants Nush to back off, and that's what he gets. Nush going all the way to the goal line, double jump pop. And I tell you what, this segment you could probably pull out of many people's games in much lower rated 1v1s. Nothing like dribbling straight down the field and double jumping. That is my way to score in 1v1. Nush. Air dribble off the wall. This is also my way to score. You know, I like the double jump, the double jump bumps, but you'll catch me doing this as well. Yeah, casual, off the wall air dribble reset, musty, top right, 103 kilometers per hour. That's also the way I like to score. You guys believe me, right, chat? Mawkzy trying to launch Nush out of the play. It is another nail biter in the final minutes. The Mawkzy-Nush matchup has delivered so far as Nush sets up his flick, flies so far away from the ball. Always a big risk to do that, as he tried to use a backflip to make his way back into the flick and really did not establish a great position to 50. So Mawkzy is going to make the argument that Nush was essentially passing to him. As you can see, he mentions that Nush gave him a great pass many times. Nush with 23 boost. Mawkzy gets the midfield. Nush deciding to back off. Able to snag the demo and the quick thinking recovery. As he now is going to have himself an air dribble, but Mawkzy, credit to him for taking it away, not allowing Nush to get to his spot, and Mawkzy even pins it on the far post before it crosses the net. An all-in dive by Mawkzy in the final moments, and it's a great call. I don't think he wants to be defending against a Nush air dribble, which is the other option if he doesn't dive in. Now he has himself a 2-goal lead. Mawkzy going to stay on ball as he tries to waste the precious seconds that Nush needs. Nush's flick, not enough, and the 50 isn't either. Seconds left to go. Nush needed a goal a moment ago, didn't get it, so Mawkzy's going to drop the close ones as he knows he's tying up the series. It is 2-2 in a best of 7. Game number 5, Nush and Mawkzy. Not a single game has been decided early. Even the games that have been won by a few goals feels like there's a chance up until at least the final minutes, if not even farther. Mawkzy's going to drop a triple wow as he opens up the scoring in Game 5. Mawkzy out to the side boost and back to the ball. Thought maybe for a second he missed, as he will again drop the triple take it, as I am to understand it in the French translation. Honestly, the quick chat mechs are looking great. Able to get 7, take the shots out on, I believe, a single goal. Not bad. Certainly something he could work on to improve, and he's going to drop 3 more as he gets the biggest early lead we have ever seen. Neither one of these guys have been able to get 3-goal lead this early. I mean, it has only been 32 seconds into the game. Nush does not have a lot to say, as Mawkzy makes sure to watch that entire replay. Another way these guys have been making sure to rub it into each other. Nush able to 50 this down into his control. Back to his bread and butter. Mawkzy goes off the ceiling and actually forces Nush to go early. Can he get the catch and bring it back on target in time? Yes, he can. He did not need to be too quick with it because Mawkzy did go all in on his challenge. But I actually don't hate it from Mawkzy with how well Nush has been playing in the air. He forced him to mix it up, and he was just a moment away from being able to deny his scoring opportunity had he been able to make it back, get the follow-up save. But a Nush kickoff goal. And no quick chatting from him just yet. He is maybe going to wait to tie it up before he claps back here in this game number 5. Mawkzy, huge 50 win. Going to drop the OMG on Nush. I want to go back and watch it from Nush's perspective. He was trying to go for a wave dash 50, I believe, because he single jumps into it and just floats in the air, presumably because he wants to 50 and land dash to win out the recovery. But if you don't prioritize the actual 50 enough, the recovery is not going to matter. Mawkzy pops this ball up. Nush able to get a reset. What getting a reset does on a play like that, it's backs Mawkzy off, makes it so it's really hard for him to challenge him and allows him to fall to the ground with more boost than he otherwise would have been able to. But that being said, Mawkzy gets possession either way. I mean, that backflip challenge just ain't it. That just ain't it. And Mawkzy is trying his best to make sure that Nush's mistakes tilt him by dropping quick chats every time, but that is quite the tilting goal back the other way. As Nush is able to just force it through. They both wanted the wave dash, but Mawkzy got pushed back all the way to a negative 45. He still ended up flipping through it in an attempt to get a favorable continuation of the play, but it didn't work out. It was free for Nush, and now Mawkzy's going to pass one to Nush off the back wall. A game that was threatening to be won early has now been equalized with 3 minutes left to go. Or not fully equalized, but certainly an interesting position now as Nush goes straight to the ceiling, and he just baited Mawkzy in and beat him by a mile. I mean, I'm surprised at just how much he beat him. Mawkzy, oh, he went slow. He did not full commit to it. I think that's part of why. I think if Mawkzy went really quick, he would have been able to get a decent 50, and maybe he thought because he went quick that that was going to be enough to scare Nush, so he could get away with maybe not going as fast as possible. But yeah, half committing to that challenge meant Nush beat him to the ball easily, and this front flip is going to have a dual purpose, both bumping Nush and popping the ball. Nush delay kickoff on the wave dash. He's used that to score multiple times this series. Both of them did not actually want to go for the ball. They tested each other and decided to back off. Credit to Mawkzy, who did not allow Nush to take the ball away from him, while also not handing it over and not wasting any boost. What is Mawkzy doing here? That almost looked like a controller DC, but it was very intentional. He power slides his way back to the ball, and he really wants a 50. Nush gives it to him, and Nush cannot recover. Mawkzy just waiting behind the ball. You see him dropping the thanks. It seems like that's what he wants. Wants Nush to try to come in and win a 50. Wave dash kickoff. Mawkzy plays the ball. Nush plays the boost. So you see him holding down that boost button as he goes to pick up his back corner because he knows Mawkzy is looking for that demo, so he has to stay full speed. Mawkzy actually doesn't go for the ball at all. Goes straight for Nush. Does it work out? Yes! It does. He finds his way back, or I should say it works out temporarily because now he has no boost to work with. Nush is on a full tank, and that bump will send Mawkzy flying. Still no talk yet from Nush, who has started out this game down 3 and seems adamant on bringing his way all the way back before we see another quick chat from him. Mawkzy, I mean, that's just his game. That is just his game. And this is why we saw Nush so many times just dive here earlier. He has started the shadow now, and maybe he's just trying to make a point. To me, who is saying he maybe needed to shadow more often. Look, you can't shadow against Mawkzy, he says. Or hopefully he's realizing. Mawkzy, really strong first touch off the side wall, and is able to follow it back up before Nush can do anything about it. Credit to Mawkzy for recognizing that he was going to win the race. He had Nush on the ground on 0 boosts, so he needed to play it as quick as possible, and that's what he got with that first touch. 6-9. A nice scoreline, says chat, as Nush will get a rare midfield beat on Mawkzy. These have been going the other way mostly, but on really no boost at all. Nush times his jump perfectly when Mawkzy turns to challenge. Nush, wall to air dribble, needs this goal. Mawkzy, great challenge from high in the back wall. Now with 45 seconds, he is going to waste his time. We know Mawkzy. He is not going to force the issue. He is going to play this clock, and he is going to try and guarantee his win as he now takes the ball into his back corner. Nush diving and actually almost stole it directly into the net. Nush really doesn't want Mawkzy to be able to get control of the ball again and waste any more time, so he willingly takes the ball back into his own half with very little time left on the clock. He thinks that's preferable to letting Mawkzy have control, and he's probably right. Mawkzy makes a save. Nush can't get the follow-up and went all in for it. So the game is over as Mawkzy can score this or not score it. Doesn't matter as he has won the game. It will be a goal. 10-7 and a 3-2 lead in favor of Mawkzy. Now Mawkzy picked the best of 7. He just won the best of 5. Will he regret going for 7? Only game 6 can let us know. Game 6. Nush and Mawkzy. Mawkzy has taken the edge as he looks to try and close out the revenge series against Nush. The last time they played, I believe it was best of 5. And Nush was able to get the win. This time Mawkzy has won the best of 5, but we are playing a best of 7. So Nush going to get a couple more opportunities to bring it back and not allow the revenge. Mawkzy off the ceiling. Seemed like he was entertaining going for a really tight angle, but did not set it up correctly. Nush off the side wall. Mawkzy knows better than to allow him to go to work there. So as soon as he set him up with that pass, he made sure to get up early to take it away. And now Nush going high. Mawkzy can't get a touch. Nush gonna boom down from the ceiling as Mawkzy still gonna get this takeaway. I think Nush got a reset on the ball there on ground level and actually used it to flip again, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't enough. Wave dash kickoff. Mawkzy missing his dash. Means it's a great position for Nush, and he goes for the straight dribble. Mawkzy swinging around into the corner boost as Nush pulls up in the air. The counter for that is to just try and place it on the opposite post and dare that defender to find their way all the way back. Nush has been liking his delay on his wave dash kickoff. As a reset musty, this one's a little bit soft. Mawkzy gets the save. Nush is trying to back it up in order to follow up the shot. He's not going to be able to do it in time. So Mawkzy has it into the blue box. A flick and a goal. That happens often with Mawkzy. Nush thought about turning the challenge early. Mawkzy has forced that out of him from early on in the series, although it was going better for Nush earlier on, so I expect to see a few more risky challenges here and there as he tries to dispossess Mawkzy. Mawkzy, he's going to drop a take the shot, as this was a nice play. Bringing the ball to the net, seeing Nush going in and out, just pops it high to the back and then punishes Nush for what is a fairly risky defensive setup by going to that side wall. Mawkzy knows he has to commit on that first shot. Nush has the reset. Credit to Mawkzy too, who has done a great job at stopping Nush's game. I mentioned, it's going to be about who was able to stop the other player's favorite form of attack. Mawkzy, until this moment in which I tried to give him credit, has been doing a good job of challenging high off the back wall, off the ceiling, in order to stop the Nush dribbles early whenever possible. And he's going to do it again to the ceiling on Nush's dribble and able to take it away. Might even get a clean shot for a fourth goal. So he has been able to turn Nush's strength into some goals of his own. And that seems to be the defining factor here as the game potentially winds down in favor of Mawkzy. Mawkzy, another kickoff win. Those have been fairly equal, I would say. Nush has certainly gotten his fair share as well. Nush gonna go low this time. Mawkzy positions well on the back wall, and he's always looking for the demo. Whether it's off his shot or off his save, the follow-up, it's where he tries to delete his opposition. Nush, bit of an awkward setup as he got up to that ball, but managed to protect it the whole way and not allow Mawkzy a goal. Can he stop him here? Backflip pops it up. Mawkzy fakes once, and Nush doesn't fall for it. Just lets the ball bounce and gets a nice collection. That musty was a bit optimistic, and Mawkzy is going to drop a quick chat, presumably to rub it in just a little bit that he wasn't able to get it. Mawkzy off the ceiling. Great placement from Mawkzy. 6-2. We talked about how every game so far has been close down to the wire. It looks like Mawkzy's trying to change that. He's got a little bit of separation as he looks to close out the series. Moldy Midget, thank you for the tier 1 for 28 months. Appreciate you. Nush, I think that's it. I'm guessing we're going to see a forfeit from him. Mawkzy's going to drop a GG's. That's a bit early, but I mean, Nush just gave this up. Joke. Okay, now Nush is going to lock back in. Now he's not going to forfeit. Don't you know, Mawkzy, you never say GG's to someone you want to leave the match. Everybody knows that. Nush may have been thinking about leaving, but not anymore, as he will get his third goal after outplaying Mawkzy. A minute 28 left to go. Nush popping the ball over the top of Mawkzy, but he's got to know that Mawkzy is going to be wasting so much time whenever he gets possession. Now that he has this lead, With about a minute left to go, Nush tried to get a power slide cut. Mawkzy read it, and Mawkzy will get more. Can't really blame Nush for going for those type of plays. He needs quick beats. Maybe there's a chance. He cuts it around Mawkzy. Gets his goal. It didn't work out this time, and Mawkzy now evading the demo play and getting back on ball. He is going to try and run the score up even more, and actually missed. But gets possession, grabs all the boosts on the map, will take it back into his own half. And he has no trouble wasting out the entire game if you won't come take the ball from him. He will just dribble it out and take his win. As he looks to tap it across his net again, and Nush has fully stopped moving. He hasn't forfeited or said anything, but he has clearly given up. Or maybe it was a ploy to get Mawkzy to score and then look for 6 straight kickoffs. GG's. Good luck on Major. Wait, what? Were these guys both flexing on each other that neither of them went to the Major? Also, there is no Major. There's only the World Championships. GG's. Thanks for playing. I didn't get to the party chat in time. Oh. Love a bit of salt in a 1v1. What is a 1v1 match if not for a place to get a little salty? Mawkzy takes it 4-2. And in doing so, I think has the game edge over Nush all time as well. Series 1-1.